Welcome everybody. In today's video we will be looking at a camillus knife. The camillus skivorous. It is a $20 knife that I got from my local tractor supply company store. I'm sure most of you knife people know the store Tractor Supply Company. I call them TSC with my friends and family. With you guys, I may have to say Tractor Supply Company, because you may not know what TSC is, because there's so many acronyms out there in the EDC world. And Tractor Supply Company, you would not expect to have good knives. Now, as of the time of this video, it is September 30th. We're getting into the Christmas season where all the stores are bringing out that mid-aisle knicky-knacky trinkets and sometimes good knives, sometimes garbage knives. Well, my local tractor store has just brought out a fair chunk of their Christmas stock of knives. They haven't brought everything out yet. I am disappointed in the camillus axis lock that you'll see with the green and yellow handles. I looked inside like, okay, with Benchmade's axis lock patent expiring, everybody's jumping on the axis lock. But I looked at that knife and it had thick Teflon washers in it. Teflon washers on an axis lock. Come on, camillus, do better. But this is where this knife actually comes in surprisingly well. I love this knife. No, this is not my favorite knife. I've got others that are just it'll never dethrone. Like the QSP Penguin. This knife will never be dethroned. This is a good knife. Or the Benchmade Bug Out. Just some good options that are going to stick around. But I think as a budget option, this knife comes in at $19.98, yada yada, just say 20 bucks. The Camillus Scivorous. It's a folding knife, 420 stainless steel, not the best steel I know, but it's not garbage. 3¼ inch blade. Now I think they're counting all the way from the end of the handle here, because going on sharpened edge alone, it's 1, 2.5, 2¾ inches. That's not a lot of blade, but I love forward finger choils. This thing is great. But we have those bits there on this. We have glass-filled nylon handle. That's generic for everything. And then we have quick launch bearing system. This knife is on ball bearings. So I'll try to hold this so you guys can see it. Got that. You can pause the screen, take a look at it. There you go. This knife is on ball bearings. Now, the thing that has always annoyed me with camillus in the past, and I've handled a few, I've owned one in the past. I owned the camillus Choff. Good little knife, but not great. And that was the fact that you had blade play, and you either got good action and a lot of blade play, or no blade play and absolutely stiff action. This knife, you can really crank it down, and you get good action because it's on ball bearings. Ball bearings, people. Now the handle is redder. On screen right now, for me, it's looking a little orangey, but this is actually like Victorinox Swiss Army red, just for reference. The classic red of a Swiss Army knife, that's what you're dealing with here. Maybe just a shade lighter. But I have big hands, long linking fingers, big hands. I've got a 5-finger grip with the choil. Without the choil, I've got a full 4-finger grip. We have very aggressive jimping on the back. But the jimping is not saw blade sharp. It is not that sharp. But it is aggressive where your thumb hits that and locks in. We have full metal liners. Slightly recessed, so you got the wraparound handles. But they're not skeletonized. It is a liner lock. We have a deep carry clip with no mushrooms growing in the shade. We have a lanyard hole, which I added the lanyard. It did not come with a lanyard. There's one thing aesthetically that gets me is like we have a fair chunk of knife past the tip of the blade. They could have shrunk the handle just a bit. But like we have fantastic action, no blade play, no blade wiggle. Like I'm holding that still and I'm not feeling anything coming out of that. You can fail the launch, but the detent is very good and it just flies out and clicks in. The lockup is, it's good lockup. Centering on this, phenomenal. Boom. The pocket clip is not a hot spot. This is a well done pocket clip. I gotta give Camillus props for that. This is a well done pocket clip. For this knife, this is fantastic. It's just wonderful. And it's nearly drop shutty. Like the handle scales, I will admit, those feel cheap. It's $20. What do you expect? But beyond the scales, everything underneath, all the action, all the lockup, all the detents and everything, this knife is, for $20, I'm getting what I would pay 60 plus for. This is on par with Civivi and stuff. This knife is absolutely amazing. For 20 bucks, I am absolutely blown away by this knife. It is so good. It looks good. It handles good. The blade, straight out of the box, sharp. Good edge all the way down. There's no waves in the edge. I did not. The dang burps every time I do a video. But the edge is perfect all the way down, and it just breezes through the paper. This thing is absolutely mind-boggling good. For $20, I am getting a knife that I would probably end up paying at least $40 plus. I think I'm getting the quality of a $60 knife, excluding the scales. The scales could be better. I will give it that. The scales are not bad by any means. These scales are grippy. I actually like the red. They're shaped well. I love the scales, but I will say that is probably the one cheap thing about this knife. Everything else about this is absolutely spot on, brilliant, and perfect. This knife is just so good. If you have not got one, get one. You can probably go to Camillus. I bounce between Camillus and Camillus. It is not camillus because there's no I at the end. Let's look at the logo here, people. Camillus. There's no IUS. If there was, then I could see you people saying camillus. It is either Camillus or Camillus. You can yell at me in the comments. I bounce between the two. We do have billboarding on the blade. Who cares? Nothing on this side. I love the sweeping. I love the little swedge. Like, this knife is just absolutely brilliant. It feels like a $60 plus knife for $20. Go to your local tractor supply company. Check out where they got the new knives. Some people probably come in later. Some probably come in earlier. If you can't find it there, go online and get it. I gotta say, be careful buying on Amazon anymore, because I've noticed that the prices are like on some stuff. Some stuff is great to buy on Amazon, but I've noticed a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to buy on Amazon, I can buy from the original producer $40 cheaper. Amazon, some of these sellers on Amazon are charging like $20, $40, $60 more than what you could getting it new from the seller. Like, let's say a Leatherman Way, yada yada. No, good example, Leatherman Skeletal. They was charging like, no, not Skeletal. Style PS, the little guy with the little carabiner clip and pliers. I was wanting to get one of those. Those are going on Leatherman's site for $40. They was charging $80 for those on Amazon. Ridiculous. So check Camillus first, check Walmart. Walmart probably be a good place to buy this. Online, that is. Your Walmart may carry this in stock, I don't know. Every Walmart's different. But get this knife. This knife is wunderbar. It is for $20. I am absolutely awestruck by how well this is. The detent is great. I kind of failed it there. But it is drop shut. It is flicky, fidgety. The pocket clip is great. It just looks good. Closed, the knife looks great. We got like this dark back spacer here with some jimping on that. And opened up, it's just this great drop point blade with a full on finger choil. Like, that is, there is room for my finger there. This knife is amazing. So, thank you for listening to me ramble and rant about this knife. I hope you like this video. I hope you find the stuff in here useful, informational. If you have questions about the knife, shoot me a comment in the comments below. I try to respond to those that need responding. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video. And until then, carry well and farewell.